Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be, however you may be listening. Thanks for joining us for the Gamers Side Quest podcast. I've got our lovely hosts and co-hosts. We got Eric Balrose and we've got Cody Hackattack. Ready for our show today. We've got a very, very good one and a very spicy one, hopefully, that you guys will enjoy. How was your guys' week?
Is that a Starbucks vanilla cold brew?
No, I tried to show this earlier. It's the new zero sugar Dr. Pepper and cream soda.
How do you like that?
So it's like, how do I like that?
Yeah.
You know, it's medicinal in a way. So like when I hate myself, I can have it and it makes me feel like a little less good.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, is that like a -1 or is that an 11? Because depending on the person, that could be a cathartic release.
The drink itself's like an 8. I would give it. It's pretty good. The fact that it's 0 calories, 0 sugar, it's like that's sick to me.
Yeah, you're gonna need to bring one of those over when we do Resident Evil next week.
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah! I told Taylor they went there and they went to the store and they said that there was only one more thing of it. I was like, of course, get it. So I will have to look and snag it ASAP. But what about you, Hack? How are you doing today?
Oh, I think cream soda Dr. Pepper tastes like piss, but...
Have you actually had it? Or are you just being a rude ass?
No, I really didn't like it.
Really?
Love cream soda. Think the cream soda is great, but cream soda Dr. Pepper...
I like Dr. Pepper. That's like the big thing. And like I said, it's kind of got that like medicinal type of like flavor.
Yeah, because Dr. Pepper does. Like Dr. Pepper already tastes like cherry cough syrup.
Yeah. And it's good.
I'm a personal proponent of vanilla Coke is the greatest of all time soda.
Ooh,
I mean, it is, but it's got like 50 grams of sugar in it. That's the problem.
That's the issue. The fact that this has 0 sugar is the only reason I'm drinking it, because I've like sworn off pop besides it. Like literally, I had it Saturday, I think.
I heard I heard one that tastes really good is Diet Mountain Dew. I heard it tastes just like Mountain Dew.
I've heard that that's fine, but I'm so over Mountain Dew.
I don't know. I just heard it tastes exactly the thing.
I could see it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Mountain Dew.
I'm not a huge fan of it either. Every once in a while I'll have one, but it's like maybe like 5 a year.
I think like when I get Taco Bell, I want Mountain Dew. I think that's like the only time I'm like, I want Mountain Dew. Otherwise, I'm like, no, I'm grabbing like a Dr. Pepper, root beer. Like you said, vanilla Coke. Anything vanilla is top.
Yeah. I heard that Baja Blast is just Mountain Dew mixed with Powerade.
Yep, I've heard that too.
I believe that.
Like it's literally just blue Powerade and Mountain Dew mixed together.
I like how upset you are. You're like, that's all it is.
It's all it is. Steps. Listen. You know that KFC has Baja Blast now?
No shot, really?
Yeah.
I mean, they're owned by the same parent company.
Yeah,
so,
Yum.
I mean, yeah. Wait, is that what the company's called? Yum?
Yeah. You know that?
Okay. I didn't know.
Yeah. Like KFC, Long John Silver, Taco Bell.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, they all have the same parent
under
company.
that umbrella.
Yeah, they're all under one company.
Yeah. But yeah, with that, let's jump into some of our topics. We've got a 2-pack, and then we've got another one to finish off the podcast. So we're going to start out with our 2-pack.
Favorite fast food restaurant. Oh, wait, no.
Dude, we could go on, and nobody would agree with me, and I'm okay with that. We'll go there. Eric remembers Drunk Ryan's March Madness fast food bracket.
I do, actually.
And that drummed off a lot of fucking hate. But
God, that was over a year ago, and I remember
that was before the pandemic.
Yeah, you have terrible taste.
The before times. But so our first 2-pack, we're gonna start off with the. Do you want to start out? Do you want to start out with the lighter or the lower half of it?
I think you start out with the low.
Okay, so I'm gonna have you guys
let's do bad news
off.
first.
Yeah, I'm going to lead off with you guys. So what is your worst video game movie? With Mortal Kombat coming out, it felt like a nice thing to talk about. We glanced over a little bit of Mortal Kombat last week talking about it, but now let's talk about like all of them in general. What is the worst video game movie that you guys can remember?
You go ahead first.
I'm going to have to say one of the Resident Evils.
Ooh, those do get bad.
Like the Vegas one, after that, I mean, even that one wasn't that good, but after Vegas, it just like it's Paul S. Anderson. Like his movies just get worse and worse. Which is sad because he made the original Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah, he did.
Oh. Do you think if they took the like story of a game, like for example, one that comes to mind that I think would make a good movie, but again, you always think and then they do it and it sucks, but the Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, I think that would make a fantastic movie. But do you think anybody could pull it off?
No. I mean, like, I guess you could used to say that about superhero movies. Marvel's proven that completely wrong, but no, because there are a lot of stories that are told best through a game because you're not the one sitting there, you're the one piloting characters.
Right.
Like scary games to me are scarier than scary movies because I can almost just predict when the jump scares are going to happen. Oh no, the music went down, it got quiet. Yep, there's the jump scare.
Yeah.
There's nothing for me to react to. I can close my eyes and miss half of it.
Exactly. I think that's an interesting line, though. Like, what video games would make good movies? I don't even know what you could think. Because, like you said, horror is shite. But, is there
I mean, like, most of your
could?
shooters could probably pull it off pretty easily because they're all action.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of world building. I mean, especially if you look at, like, the Call of Duties, there's not too much sci-fi in there. Like if Marvel and 343 got together, they could do a really good Halo.
I was gonna say Halo was one that I was like,
but Halo is a hard one that's gonna be for live action. But Marvel could probably pull it off.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, the problem with Halo too, it seems like I feel like they would mess a Halo movie up.
They're gonna be the best ones to do it, though.
Yeah, Marvel, but like Microsoft would have to get in bed with Disney then.
Yeah, I mean, theoretically, like, it's not going to happen, but, like, the best company to pull it off would be Marvel.
Oh, yeah. They'll make it DC. We've already talked about that in this podcast.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Yeah. Like, Last of Us is going to be a TV show. I think video games are better as TV shows than movies because they're episodic. Whereas, like, Last of Us is probably going to be 10 episodes, which means it's going to be around 9 to 10 hours, which is a pretty good length of time to tell that story. But a 2-hour movie, it's not the same. You're going to cram everything in that 2 hours, and that's the primary problem. It's like Mortal Kombat. Like, everything was just rushed together in that movie.
Did you watch it finally?
No, I didn't need to. I watched like 2 reviews, and they told me everything I needed to know.
Yeah. I saw the guy that I met through you posted on Facebook that he really liked it.
Who, Nate?
Yeah, Nate, that's his name.
Yeah, I mean, that's been like the majority consensus is that like it's been one way or the other. You either think it's like a 9 out of 10 or you think it's a 3 or a 4. There's no 7s, there's no 6s, there's no 5.5s.
Star Wars all over again.
Yeah. Like video games kind of just need to stay in video game realm. That's why they exist in that realm.
Yeah.
Like maybe an intro to Grand Theft Auto movie. I could see that, but like it'd be way too short.
Yeah, it wouldn't be able to cover the whole story.
Like you could do like a heist in the GTA universe to like introduce Grand Theft Auto 6. That'd be easy to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's ways you can make it work, but it's like if you're trying to tell the story of a video game, like you said, there's not enough time in a 2 to 3 hour span.
And as far as like TV shows go, I mean, like The Witcher is very successful.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Witcher's got a good show.
I mean,
what about you, Hack?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
You want to know
Do you have
my least
Yeah,
favorite
least
video
favorite.
game movie is?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tough decision to be honest because there's so many bad ones. Like, there's more
Right.
bad ones than there are good ones. Are we talking like? Because I have one for like just super cheap, like games that weren't good already that got movies somehow, and then
Yeah.
there's like movies that you think like come from like big franchises that should be good, but they end up being terrible.
Yeah.
Which one do you? So you want both of them? Let me tell you.
Yeah, I
both.
want both.
Yeah, you can do
Yeah, give me
both. I mean,
Okay, so like the worst one, like, did you guys ever play a game called Postal as a kid?
No.
no, but I know about it. You've told me
Yeah,
about it a
Postal.
few times.
Postal is a game that if you go look it up, its graphics aren't that good. It was made by a really small studio, based in Tucson, Arizona, actually, home of the Wildcats. And it's not a good game already. And they made a movie about it in 2008. And I watched it just to be like, how bad can it be? It's really bad. Like,
Yeah.
really, really bad.
Is it Alien Covenant bad?
Yes, but in movie form. It's like one of those movies you're like, why does this exist? Bad.
There's a lot of movies like that.
Yeah.
Half
what
a
I was
Disney.
what I was gonna say, I would say my least favorite video game movie of all time, and this is gonna maybe date me a little bit, but I would say it's Pokemon 3.
Okay.
The movie, right? So
yeah. Which one
it
was
came out,
that?
It came out in like 2001. It just like the first one was about Mew, you know, and then the second one was about like the freaking humongous bird. I can't remember his name right now.
Lugia.
Lugia.
Yeah, Lugia, and then the third one was about this. Third one was about like
Entei?
this wolf. I don't know what he's called. It's like
He's the fire dog thing.
Yeah, the fire dog thing. And by
Yeah,
that point,
Entei.
I was like, this movie. When I watched it as a kid, I was like, this movie sucks. Like
Yeah.
Pokemon movies were already bad. That movie just was awful in so many ways. Like, I don't know. That would be like, as far as movies, like video games that I played that were bad. Like, of course, the Hitman movies are on that list too, because those are really bad.
Yeah. Do you like Hitman as a series?
Yeah, I think Hitman's a great game.
Hitman's a really good series.
Yeah. I mean, you also have like one that I think a lot of people don't think about. I'm hoping I don't steal this from you, Ryan. I don't know what your worst one is, but like, remember they made a Max Payne movie.
So good.
Like, have any of us watched a Max Payne movie?
No.
Because I did, and it's terrible.
What is Fury Road? Is that Max Payne, or am I?
No, Max Payne. You're thinking of Max Payne is like he was like a detective. The games came out like on Xbox and PlayStation 1.
Okay.
Yeah, the games were a little dark, but they weren't like terribly dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weren't they known for like slow motion?
Yeah, like he had like it was right around Matrix time frame, so there was a lot of like bullet time and all that. I'm trying to remember back. I think Marky Mark played in Max Payne. I think that's who the lead actor was.
Marky Mark.
And then what's that girl from that 70s show?
Oh,
Mila Kunis?
That's her. She's in that movie too. It's not good.
Okay. All right. Not bad. Mine, I don't remember much of it, but I remember not liking it. And I was a big fan of this series. This is one of my favorite series. And I would love to go back to play the games, but I mean, like, I know the newer ones kind of are like meh. But like the Assassin's Creed movie was disappointing. For somebody who really liked a lot of the early Assassin's Creed stuff, for me, I was like, sheesh. I did get to see it for free, though. So, I mean, you kind of take what you can get.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't good. It was watchable.
Yeah.
Which I think like puts it mid-tier for me. Like, there's just a lot of movies out there that the second I start talking to a movie, I know I'm out.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm kind of the same way.
if I'm not enveloped, I just don't care. And that's what I was telling you guys before. I'm not really a movie watcher. My list is pretty small, which I'm elated that you didn't hit it, Hack, because I thought you were. You were going down. You're like, oh yeah, this movie sucks and this movie sucks, and I was like, shit, she's gonna get me.
He's gonna say Assassin's Creed. I didn't even think about Assassin's Creed. I never watched it.
You did. It was fine. I don't know, man. I think I'm like rose-colored nostalgia glasses on like the first Assassin's Creed, because looking back, that game fucking sucks. And then I love the Ezio line of it, so I was excited about it. But
well, I mean, Assassin's Creed 1 was really like the first of its time.
Yeah.
To do everything that Assassin's Creed now just like has mainstreamed.
Exactly.
Yeah, was there even a Prince of Persia movie?
There was. It was. I mean, it wasn't like. There's a difference between like worst movie and then watchable.
Man movie, yeah.
I think
and most video game movies are in like between those two.
There was even there was a Street Fighter movie too, wasn't there?
Oh god, there's two of them. They were both terrible.
And then didn't they even make a Xbox like Dead or Alive? Isn't that a fighting game? Didn't they make a movie on that?
Dead or Alive is the Booba one, right?
Yeah, the boob jiggle game.
I don't know if there's been a Dead or Alive movie.
I think there was a Dead or Alive movie.
Let me look. I've got my list up here because I had to jog my memory.
I remember the Need for Speed movie.
I
mean, to be fair,
terrible.
Booba.
To be fair, when I think of movies, I think of live action. I don't think of animated.
Oh, it's live action, and it's Booba.
There is a Dead or Alive movie?
Yeah.
He's downloading it tonight.
I know what I'm watching tonight.
So my best answer.
How is this a movie? I don't even want to know.
No, let me go first, Hack, because you're gonna steal mine. I fucking know it. Okay, I don't have movies.
I will say this for my favorite. My think this best. Can I count? Does it have to be a video game, or can it be a game?
Hit me with it. I'm listening.
No, you go ahead. I'm just saying. Can it be
I'm gonna go
game?
first, and then I want to hear your idea. But for me, it's like recency bias. Probably, I didn't see Sonic movie. That could probably be there. But Detective Pikachu slapped, dude.
It was.
I was about it. Ryan Reynolds is actually not bad. I love Ryan Reynolds. Post Green Lantern, which I even kind of liked him in, like slaps real good.
Ryan Reynolds was not what was wrong with Green Lantern.
No.
Yeah, I know. Okay, that makes me feel better.
What was wrong with him? Green Lantern, first of all. Ryan Reynolds is a saint. He is our hero. Pray to them. Great. Pray to him, our Lord and Savior, Ryan Reynolds.
But yeah, Detective Pikachu is really good. Seeing some Pokemon sort of IRL was like, damn, that's really awesome. Seeing a world of like, what would Pokemon be in like an IRL type world? I was like, damn, this is really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a lot of fun with that.
I hope they make a sequel.
Me too.
Like, I hope they just make a Pokemon movie.
Yeah.
Like, literally just cast Ash.
Why couldn't you do that and then have it blocked? Like, get through and meet Misty, and after you meet Misty, that's movie 1, and then movie 2 can be a couple more gyms, and like, that's it.
Yeah, you make a trilogy out of it.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know why there isn't one.
Well, because it would be too easy.
They're like, we got to come up with I want to make a new story with a twist.
When do you deal with Team Rocket first? I think you deal with it in the first Mount Moon Cave. Yeah, I think the first time you deal with them is in Mount Moon.
I mean, that's the other thing is that like Pokemon also has the ongoing, what is it, like 25-year now animated series.
Yeah.
And like once you get into that story, no matter how you do it, a good percentage of people are going to be unhappy with the result.
Well, why don't you do it like the Pokemon manga where you do it off of Red, which is just fucking Ash, but just the other fucking guy.
Why do we have to fuck Ash? Confused.
We don't fuck Ash. He's 10 years old still.
Oh, that's inappropriate. You shouldn't say that on this podcast.
How dare.
I'm going to bleep this all out now.
So much for that monetized YouTube video for Dollar Shave Club ads.
So much for that Dr. Pepper money.
Wait, what's wrong with you? I said don't fuck Ash.
Eric,
This
what's
is
your
so
favorite
rude.
video game movie?
This is so rude.
I mean, I would say Detective Pikachu, and it's for the same
Yeah.
reasons. Like, it did Pokemon right,
It did. It was great.
Yeah.
and Ryan Reynolds is a very good Detective Pikachu. All of the supporting characters are really good. I mean, the story carries itself just fine. I mean, Pokemon stories have never been like the most dramatic.
I'm really surprised I didn't get a certain answer from you guys.
But if like, I think if I was
Would you
the
say-
age that I was when Pokemon came out, I would rank it even higher. But it's hard for like a 30-plus-year-old adult to go watch it and be like, "This is
Hell
the
yeah.
greatest story ever."
Would you say that the fact that it was not a story in the Pokemon lore, it was its own thing, but just had Pokemon slapped into it, helped?
Yeah, I like that, like, because it appeals to everybody at that point. You don't have to
Yeah.
play all the games. You don't have to watch half the shows or the original Pokemon movies. This was very introductory friendly for people.
Yeah.
They were like, "Oh, this is a normal story with Pokemon in it. What's Pokemon?" They took their kids, and their kids were like, "I want more of those." And then next thing you know, cards, games, and figures are being bought.
Yep.
I
are
do
you
think that like
disappointed?
you could, I think you could lead that story like Detective Pikachu 2. You could meet some other characters and introduce them that way, but like I don't even know if I would do that. I would just create my own universe there. Let the games be their own thing. Let the TV show be its own thing, and then Detective Pikachu be its own movie series.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Besides, nobody cares about Ash. He finally won. What story does he have to tell?
He's a champion.
Wow. How
So what are
rude.
you disappointed in us, Hack? What's the one that you thought
I'm
we would hit?
surprised. I'm surprised neither of you said Tomb Raider.
I didn't watch it. I was never a Tomb Raider fan.
It's watchable, but like it's very, it feels uninspired.
Like there's 3 of them.
Oh, the Angelina Jolie series? No,
Oh, no, there's 3 of them. There's the new one, and then there's the 2 old ones.
I thought
I'm just
Angelina
surprised.
Jolie was in like 3 of them.
I think I don't. I only remember 2 of them. Maybe I'm wrong.
There's at
What
least
was the
2. I
most
think there's
recent
3.
one? Who's the actress in the
They relaunched
most
it.
recent
It's the girl
Yeah, this-
who's in Ex Machina. She's in a couple of
Yeah,
movies.
this is Alicia Vikander.
Yeah, I'm looking through a list
I
right now
think.
too, and yeah, there
Like-
was the 2 Angelina Jolie ones, and then there was the new one.
Yeah, Ex Machina. Oh, this lady was literally the fucking robot in Ex
Yes.
Machina.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sheesh, that's sick. Okay.
The movie that I thought, I'm blurring the lines here a little bit. Okay,
Yeah.
I have 2, and I want to see which one you guys think is actually. Neither of them are true video game to movie inspirations, but they have very strong video game. What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Mechanics.
Video game similar
Mechanics.
Yeah, okay.
First, Ready Player One.
Fair. Yeah.
Yeah,
While it's not a
fair.
direct video game movie, a lot of video game stuff in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you can say the second one.
Second, Jumanji.
No.
What? You don't like the new
No.
Jumanji movies?
No,
It's based off of a board game. Like,
Oh, but
Yeah.
it's so good.
there's probably 24 other board game movies out there.
Are there? I like that one the most. But if we just had to
I
strip,
think Ready Player One is fair because like it's
Yeah.
set inside a video game.
yeah,
What about
if-
Pixel?
I didn't watch that.
I don't even know what.
I didn't
What
either.
about Warcraft?
I didn't watch it, but I heard it
didn't
was
either.
in that same like
Watchable.
lower tier category.
Someone who didn't play World of Warcraft, I didn't mind it.
Oh,
But I
you
think if I
watched
would
it,
have
okay.
played World of Warcraft, I watched it in theaters. I thought I watched it with Eric.
Warcraft?
Yeah.
No, I've never seen it.
Oh, I thought I watched it with you. Honestly, though, my favorite video game movie is the original Mortal Kombat. That's my real answer.
Ah, that's fair. Okay.
I know it's campy, and I know it's not that good, but as a kid, I loved watching that movie.
Well,
Alrighty,
it
here's-
gets a lot of a pass because of when it was made. If that
Yeah.
kind of movie was made today, it would not score so
No,
high.
of course not. But I thought it was just so good when I was a kid. Like, I really liked watch. I probably watched the original Mortal Kombat for tons of times. Tons and tons of times. Which I can't say that about. I've watched Detective Pikachu probably 3 times.
Oh,
But
really?
But
I've
how many
watched it
times have you
once,
watched
but
Mortal
it's-
Kombat as a grown adult?
Oh, yeah, never.
Yeah.
I'm sure if I went back and watched it, it would be awful. The last
And if
Mortal
Detective
Kombat I just watched
Pikachu
was
came
terrible.
out when you were like 8 years old, you'd probably watch it yearly.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
He'd be like,
It's a-
he made Deadpool. Let's get a crossover, please.
It's a good. I heard the Sonic is really good.
Yeah, I've heard Sonic's very good.
Sonic's good enough for a sequel.
Yeah.
I mean, I just heard it was good. Like, it got good ratings. So good on 'em.
I've got a fun question for y'all though.
What is it?
What's a video game that you would love to see and think would succeed as a movie?
As a movie? No.
Just if you had the perfect everything, cast, director, all the
None.
money to it, it literally would be the best.
He says
No.
Or
none.
which movie do you think would succeed?
Movies are too short. That's the problem.
They have to be
I know
multiple.
one off the top of my head that could easily slap.
And he's gonna say Zelda.
No,
That's what he's
No.
gonna
The
say.
Wolf
Zel-
Among Us.
Zelda would be a good series.
Yeah,
I
Zelda
think
would be a
I think
good
Wolf
TV
Among Us would be
series.
too short for a movie.
You think so?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, the problem
'Cause,
is
like-
that like video games themselves have like an hour to an hour and a half introduction. That's the length of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you want to say like what video game or video game series would be good as like a movie trilogy or like a 5-parter, that's different.
Shit.
But a
you're
singular movie,
right.
it's different.
I thought it was shorter than it was. It's 8.5 to 11 hours.
Yeah, games are long, dude.
Shit.
That's
I
the
forgot how
problem.
much time
with,
I put into this.
that's the problem with like you said, games is you have to pick a game that's really short to make a movie out of, or something that has a really concise story. Like even Halo, you can't fit the first Halo game in one movie.
Yeah.
No,
I don't
but
even
you
think you
could
could fit it
probably
into
fit in
two.
a trilogy.
Yes, but then that's one game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
I mean,
I mean, like Iron Man is one character out of the Avengers, and he got 3 movies.
I was gonna say maybe like a Skyrim, but I think it'd be very difficult.
I
think
think it's the
it'd
same thing.
I think Skyrim would be better as a series like Witcher is. I think it would do better there.
Why don't we see
maybe.
more of that? Maybe we're on the path to that. We're getting more
Yeah.
video game TV
because
series.
they're just now starting to get popular.
Yeah.
Like didn't they make a Monster Hunter game movie?
They did. It was not the same as the game.
Yeah, because the game is
Yeah.
super long, right? You can't make a movie out of that.
Well, not only that, but I mean, it starts off with like the U.S. military in Iraq. Like, it's
Doesn't make
not.
sense.
It's the same in name. That's what it is, and it's another Paul S. Anderson, Mila Jovovich movie, and
Oh.
those all play the exact same.
Yeah.
Hmm.
God, that's kind of sad. I thought Wolf Among Us would slap, but now the more I think about it, like, damn. Honestly,
You know what would
it
be
flew.
a good movie though for a game would be just Among Us, because that's simple enough that you could make a 2-hour movie out of it.
Oh yeah, Among Us you could do for sure.
Sus?
I mean, it's essentially Among Us is essentially space movies have been doing that forever. Like, who's the bad guy?
yeah.
Yeah, but Among Us could like do it with the intent of that. Like, that's the entire plot.
Yeah,
It doesn't have to be like some extra supernatural force or aliens or any of that fucking nonsense that Alien has. It's just like 10 people land on a planet, they crash, they need to get off, but there's a traitor. You can even sell the trailer pretty easily for that.
yeah.
Is it orange? Is it pink? Is it red? Blue
I mean,
sus.
I'm sure they're gonna make a movie of it.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Movie studios are-
Especially if it was a CGI focused movie.
yeah, it wasn't like necessarily live action.
Yeah.
I mean, that is what makes Pokemon Pop really good. is that it's basically CGI.
Yeah.
There's some actors in there, but
I liked Pokemon a lot. I'm not gonna lie. That's a really good movie.
Yeah. I think that's
Wasn't there a bunch of Final Fantasy movies too?
I think they were like movies, but it's kind of like the same thing as like the Dragon Ball Z movies, where they're not like theatrical releases, but they're like movies.
I just remember watching one as a kid.
There are 2 definitive theatrical releases.
What's the Final Fantasy VII one?
Yep. There's one based off of that.
Advent Children?
Yep.
Yeah,
and then
that's what
there's the one. It's either 8 or 9. The Spirit Within. Advent Children's much better.
I've heard Advent Children's good.
What about Wreck-It Ralph?
I love Seffi, man. Just fuck it. Wreck-It Ralph?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty good. I think that's higher tier, or like, you know, higher tier of watchable to good.
I mean, it's literally a video game movie.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Now, what video games? What's your favorite video game that's based off of a movie?
Oh, you're saying like,
and how is it not just Spider-Man?
I haven't even played Spider-Man, but I need to. Now that we have a pro, I don't know why we haven't.
You've played none of the Spider-Mans that have ever been released. Oh, I'm sorry.
I know, I've messed up.
They're real good. Oh, that's a tough one.
Isn't even the PlayStation 2 one good?
All the Spider-Mans are really fucking good.
Yeah, all the Spider-Man games are good. Sony knows how to make a Spider-Man game.
Yeah.
Sony knows how to make Spider-Man. That's
best,
it, really.
You're saying best video game that's based on a movie.
Yeah.
I have an answer.
Okay.
You want me to go first?
I mean, I already went, so.
The best video game that's based on a movie would be Lego Star Wars. You know I'm right.
I mean,
those Lego games are good.
Yeah, the problem now is that like I don't know if there is a Lego Star Wars movie that the Lego Star Wars game is based off of. Because
the Lego Star Wars games are based off Star Wars.
Yeah, but like what I'm saying there isn't there a Lego Batman movie and then a Lego Batman game the movie is based off of?
Oh, I don't. Is there?
I know there's a Lego Batman, and I'm pretty
sure
Lego
Batman game. Yeah, there is Batman the video game.
And I'm pretty sure I know there's a Lego Batman character because he's mentioned in a couple of the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's almost a reach, but that's fine.
What's yours, Ryan?
I
As honestly he secretly Googles it.
I honestly thought you were gonna say like one of the Lord of the Rings games because those are pretty good too.
Those are really good. Like the PS2s?
The PS2 was like the best era for video gaming.
So good. I played Twin Towers so much.
Yeah. Twin Towers is like the best one of the three.
Even the RTS that was based on Lord of the Rings was amazing.
Middle Earth, Battle for Middle Earth.
Such a good game.
Is that the one? Was that on GameCube?
What?
The RTS?
There was a Lord of the Rings game that was on the GameCube.
Probably.
And that shit slapped.
Was it like an action RPG?
Yeah.
A bunch of hack and slashing? It was either Twin Towers or Return of the King.
Yeah, they were so good.
Could you play that multiplayer?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. That's
those need, like, if a game needs to be remastered and it's those.
Those are so good. They're so good.
That game.
They'll come out after Elden Ring though.
Like fighting off Helm's Deep. Oh, so many good memories. Ryan, you still haven't come up with your answer that you're secretly looking for.
I can't even think of video game movies that I've played.
What?
Like, I can't think of movies that I watched that were video games as well.
Yeah, once you get outside of those two series and even the Lego games, like there's not many because they don't ever do well.
Yeah, the Avengers game. Awful.
Which is weird because they had Square behind them on that.
Awful game. I tried it.
I can't even put my head around it.
The thing I don't understand.
It's not like Square to make a bad game either.
The thing that blows my mind is they have Disney behind them and they can't get the faces of the actors. They had to literally Black Widow looks nothing like Scarlett Johansson.
That had to be a royalty thing.
Like, come on. You have Disney can't pull it off.
I mean, the figures are pretty similar in that aspect. Like, they can't, like, the second that you get too close, you got to pay the actors.
Pay them. Make the game better.
Pay them.
Their fees are probably too high. I mean, that's the thing about video games is like production costs have skyrocketed in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
The game cost has not.
You know what? Really sad. I just looked up the best video game movies just to see. Angry Birds is the #1 on Rotten Tomato.
I believe it. Is it
Angry
Pixar?
I believe it.
No, it's not Pixar. I think it's DreamWorks.
Oh, then yeah, I definitely believe it.
I'm trying to think of another movie that's big.
I mean, Angry Birds has to be very easy to like relate to the game. It's probably humorous.
I'm trying to think of a movie.
There's no like really deep story, so it can be told in 2 hours just fine.
Yeah.
I want to say Batman games, but that's a comic book and not a movie.
I was gonna say like those ones were good too, but I didn't feel like that was a movie.
They've never made like a Star Wars, like Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Like game?
Yeah, like the only one I can think of that's semi close is the one that was on N64 where you fight at Hoth and then you fight. Like it kind of followed Empire, but not at the same time. You don't ever play as a Jedi.
Yeah, Star Wars games they've always expanded the universe.
Yeah, they never follow a movie. Like there's not a Rogue One movie. Or there's not a Rogue One game, is what I meant to say.
Yeah, I was going to let you fix that one yourself.
I was like, wait, that's not right.
The one listener's like, dude, you said the name of the movie.
You said
there was
there's
no
not
movie.
There's not even a Star Wars movie, man, that's called Rogue One. Wait, I do. Oh, N64 pod racing game. That's pretty good.
The N64 pod racing game was pretty.
That's a pretty
sauce.
good game. It's based on the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
do kind of be like that.
That's a pretty good game. I remember playing that a lot.
Yeah.
Or speaking of Star Wars now, because I'm on Star Wars RTSs from the 2000s were really good too. And they were based on the Clone War stuff because they were based on the movies that were coming out at the time.
I don't remember ever playing one of those.
Oh, they were so good. They were really good. Like it was probably the first RTS I ever played where you could have like huge armies. Like you could have 50, 60 droids, where in most games you had like, Age of Empires and all those, like you only could have a couple.
Yeah.
It was a good game. I used to run it on my old Pentium 4 HP.
Pentium 4.
Man, I was cool in my Windows XP. Probably had 3 gigs of RAM in it.
Yeah. Well, I think we had a good discussion on video games and video game movies. So let's move on to our next topic, which should be a spicy meatball. Your guys' opinions on what is right now one of the hottest things on Twitch to talk about, and one of the things that's getting a lot of views, but a lot of controversy with those views. Your hot tub streams.
Well, I don't think it should be allowed, straight up.
I think that's fine. I think it's very fine to have the opinion that it should not be allowed. Currently, it is allowed.
I think Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I get that Twitch has like a just chatting category in that category has expanded over the years. But the problem that I have with it at the end of the day is that parents are not able to watch their kids and what they do 24/7. And I very much agree that there should be some controls in place. But putting a little banner there that says I'm over the age of 18 is not a control that's in place. This
I
is
agree.
like it's one of those things that, like, yes, would it hold up in court? Probably, but it technically shouldn't hold up in court.
Yeah.
Wait, are you saying that kids lie about their age online?
Yeah. And I'm not saying that because I did it, because I certainly as fuck did it.
Are you saying that when I go to Steam and it says it's a mature game, I just randomly pick a year that I know is older than 18?
Dude, you can't do that. I don't know. I can't do that math.
I mean, like, there has to be. You could do it, and I would agree that you could do it, but like Twitch would have to come up with the right control for the right age group.
But how do you verify someone's age?
So oddly enough, the beer companies in the 90s, they required a driver's license number.
But that's not a longer thing anymore, right?
That's correct. You just say that you're above the age of 18.
21, probably.
Well, for beer sites, 21, yeah, but everything else, 18. And I'm sure there was a reason for it, because your license number is a personal identifying number. Like, I get it, but
sure.
like, I think the best stance that Twitch should just make is not have it.
But who goes to a beer website?
I mean, I do all the time.
I mean, I don't think I'm going to Budweiser.com.
No, I don't go to Budweiser, but like all the small local breweries in the area have their own websites for their releases.
That makes sense. Yeah,
I mean, it's like the same thing. Like you like whiskey, so like
it's fair.
Maybe you would want to check out your whiskey sites a couple of times a year and see what they're releasing.
That's true. That's fair.
And I mean, like, I don't know. It's a very complicated subject, right? Twitch is a gaming platform. That's what they advertise themselves as. And if it's not related to games, it really shouldn't be on there. I
think we're way past it. Like, it used to be about gaming, but actually a majority of what Twitch is just chatting, watching videos, and just reacting. It is far from what it was as a gaming platform.
Right, but the problem is that as they expanded, they've always kind of said that, like, we are primarily a gaming platform.
I think they're past that, though. I don't think they've said
this was a problem when Twitch first came out, and you had both men and women playing video games while not wearing clothes. I mean, it is what it is. You know, it doesn't matter how much cleavage or your junk you show, you're not wearing clothes. And that's the thing that they were saying back when they first released. And now they're just kind of like, it's okay if you do.
Like, I think the big thing, and the way that I look at it, is currently in the rules, it's a loophole in the rules of, you know, you can't wear revealing stuff, whatever. But if you're in a setting where you're allowed to, aka a pool, at a beach, etc., you can. So these people realized the loophole and said, hey, I'll just put a hot tub in my house. I will start my stream in there, and I'm in a place that's conducive for me wearing a bathing suit, so I'll do that now. But the thing in my mind, that the way I look at this is power to them. Fuck it. They can do whatever they want. These are Twitch rules. This is a Twitch issue where Twitch has to respond and do something about it. The problem is that I agree with the sentiments that you guys have said, where I agree that it does push the line a lot. And when you have people impressionable, 13, 14, young people who are on the website who go into just chatting and stroll on up, and one of the top few things you see is hot tub stream, which is very, you know what it's about, you know what you're playing to. Like, that's kind of bad. It's a bad look. And when that's your number one, it's like, well, that's what you're kind of marketing at that point. And it's really, you know, you're towing the line at that point. For me, I think it's perfectly fine because it's in the rules. You can do whatever the fuck you want. But my bigger issue is, if that's what you're doing, you have to think about the people who are absorbing this content. Because as you said, I know how to make myself 13. I know what year I've got to hit to do that. So I'm going to hit that year. And I can get on the site whenever I want. So, you know, if that's your safeguard, then that's not good.
It's very much a 90s safeguard. Like that was
Yeah.
probably more effective in the 90s when, let's be real, at the end of the day, like
Ugh.
parents today are nowhere, they're not as hard on their kids as they were in the 90s. The same thing with
I don't think a lot of parents parent. They
the
just
same
let their
thing.
kids
You
go.
could say that like we could be in the 90s and it would be different. They'd be saying the same thing about the 70s. Like the amount of punishment and expectation is different than it is today, and a lot of that comes down to the world itself moves faster today than it did 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more access than there was 20 years ago. And 20 years ago, there was a lot more access than there was 40 years ago. There's not a control in place that stops a 13-year-old from browsing on the internet and finding stuff. Like outside of chipping kids, there's no way to do it.
Right. Here, I'll be right back. I need to blow my nose. I'm starting to like, my eyes are watering and trying to hold it in. I'll be right back. Whew.
We'll wait for him to come back. I feel like I should play some elevator music.
Do, 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 do,
Yeah.
do. Do you think hot tub conversation should be on Twitch? Double Jeopardy, start now.
I like how he said, you both have brought up good points. I haven't said anything.
Jesus.
Well, I mean, that was your best point.
Like, I haven't said a damn thing.
I don't know what the fuck that was.
So, yeah, like, the Browns are going to win, and the Bengals are just going to be in
That's
fourth
probably
place
true.
again.
The Bengals are trash.
Crunch.
We're waiting for you. Were talking before you left, so what do you want to keep talking about?
Oh, no, I just said I had to go blow my fucking nose.
Oh, I haven't given my opinion yet.
Yeah, go ahead. I want to hear yours.
Honestly, dude, this is how... If I was a kid, I would love it.
Yeah.
I would love the amount of stuff I could see on the internet these days as a kid, right? So I'm not hating on it. Freaking shoot your shot. Live it up while you can, right? You're all you young ones. Same time. If I had the ability, I'd probably do the same thing, right? I think the argument that put a pool in your room and it's appropriate because what's in the room you should be able to wear, that's crap, because I can be nude in my house.
Yeah.
Well, no.
It's my house.
What I'm saying is, by the letter of the law, if you are in a
the law is incorrect. That's the problem.
If you're in, that's what I'm saying. That's what the rules are. It is a loophole in the rules because putting a hot tub in your house is idiotic.
I get what you're
I agree
saying.
with you, but that's
what I'm
it
saying
is.
That's an arbitrary rule because it doesn't make sense. Not everybody wears a bikini to the pool.
Right.
If I want to wear a sweater,
bikini.
If I want to wear a sweater to the pool, it doesn't make sense.
You have every right to do it.
If I want to wear a bikini in my house, there's nothing.
Like not while streaming though, because it's their rules.
Dumb argument.
Just like a business, you can't walk into a business nude without shoes and shirt.
But you can walk into a business with a bikini on.
Yeah. As long as I got flip flops on.
But you can do it.
Yeah.
And that's
what I'm saying.
That's the argument that Cody's making is that like
right,
there's
and
no
you
rule
can
that
because again you're still wearing what is you're supposed to be wearing in the place. So by the letter of the law, they're doing everything that they're allowed to do.
So what was the rule with body painting before?
Body painting has had so many issues. A lot of people have gotten banned doing it, even though on the rules you're allowed to do it.
So to continue my thought with it, I saw it for the first time today on Twitch. You guys told me about it. I looked into it.
Yeah.
Does it frustrate me that can be your entire stream? Right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to pick on women here because it's not my goal.
So
I think
here's the point I always make to you, and I'll make it again.
Not even let me finish. Not even let me finish.
Because I know what you're going to say.
I have no problem, right? But it's the idea, and this goes against anything. I don't like seeing one-dimensional things, right? So a woman using her body as her entire personality, a man using something as his entire personality. Like, I'm not trying to pick on women and using their body. Freedom to you. If that's what you want to do, more power to you. I have no problem with that. I don't like it when people call these people promiscuous or anything like that. If that's what they want to do, they should be allowed to do it. But is it content for me? No. But is there probably a lot of people out there who love that content? Yes. Should it have age restrictions on it? Probably. But on Twitch, I understand that Twitch is moving to a new thing, like you're stating. So I think it's skirting the lines, but I understand why people are doing it, because they're getting 10,000 views to sit in a hot tub in their house. And at the end of the day, it's about making that money. I get it.
Well,
and if I had the opportunity, I would do it too.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, and I've said it to you every time, when somebody is streaming, you have to have something that brings them there.
Yeah,
you have to have something that entices people. Whether you're good at gameplay on something, whether you're a funny person, or currently within the letter of the law, being in a hot tub stream because you have a good body that you've worked on. You know, these people are fit. You know, they clearly have had to work on their body, so good for them. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that any of us are saying that, like, I think we're all saying very similar things.
Yeah.
In that, like, the problem isn't the content itself. The problem is the ability to access that content from a certain age.
Yeah.
Like, maybe
I would love to say that, like, this content shouldn't be on YouTube either, because it shouldn't be. But there's been plenty of examples of that content being there and YouTube not doing a damn thing about it. Like, so my problem with it is that, like, we have a new generation of kids who are born, and by the age of 5, they have almost the exact same cell phone I have. And kids are impressionable. Adults are very impressionable too, and there's plenty of technology addiction to be had in adults. Why? Because dopamine's the biggest drug in the world. We all like dopamine. It's what makes us feel good. And at a certain age, and that age is different for each and every individual kid, hormones becomes a thing. And it doesn't matter if you're male, female, anything in between on the rainbow. Those hormones do exist. And at a certain point, that type of content just shouldn't be easily available. I should not, as a 10-year-old, be able to hop on Twitch and see things that I can go into just chatting and see. If Twitch wants to have it, it's perfectly fine with me. But have some sort of filter behind it. I don't care what that filter is. Yeah. You could put a sign that says, "Are you over the age of 18?" And 50% of the kids will lie and 50% won't. That's fine. I, as a potential parent, understand that, like, I need to teach my kids that if they're lying and they get caught lying, they could be prosecuted as a kid. I get it.
I think we all have the same idea. We all agree in the fact that, like, the biggest issue with this is people seeing it who shouldn't. And as I've said, and you guys have said, it's towing a line. And, like, this is like one of those things where, like,
do you think we're going to see men?
Where's the line at?
Do you think we're going to see men do it?
No.
Because again, like I said, you've got to have a reason for somebody to click on it. So,
I mean, like,
overall,
the thing at the end of the day is that sex sells. And like in the terms of men versus women argument, most men who do it want to do it for women. In Twitch, like most other internet-based platforms, is an overwhelming majority men. And if you are not in the at least bisexual category, you're not interested in other men seeing you.
That's true.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There are probably heterosexual men out there who don't mind being seen by other men, or they do enjoy it. They're just a very small percentage of heterosexual men.
And let me make it clear by that statement, I'm not picking, like I said, I'm not picking on women. I just throwing it out there.
I think like, just overall,
I think
like, it's
Twitch's biggest problem is that, like, Twitch doesn't want to address it.
No, because
Yeah.
they're making money off of it.
Where in the past Twitch was willing to address it. Now they're just not willing to address
But they're
it.
always Twitch is always super slow to address anything, and I'm like we're towing a really sensitive line here, but they're always really slow to do anything about things that can be perceived as picking on female streamers.
Well, because they make money off of it.
I know,
Yeah.
but
Well,
But
that's
I'm
the
thinking-
big thing is that it's fine. Twitch is still making money. It's within their rules. They have every right to be like again, I think one of the main Twitch people was out and was like, hey, all you have to do is hit the I'm not interested in these streams button. But like, I think somebody came out and was like, that button isn't there. It doesn't work, et cetera, et cetera. And then like,
The thing is that parents are going to come back and say that you shouldn't have it to the point where I have to say I have to be not interested. You should have to say I'm interested.
Yeah.
Like Reddit, right? You can't access not safe for work content until you click the button to be able to do it.
yeah. I mean, we're getting into this topic, but I mean, I don't know if you guys have TikTok, but
I don't have TikTok, but
I
I've
don't.
seen plenty of TikTok to know that if I was a parent, I would not want my kids having TikTok.
yeah.
I mean, it's like any social media now.
It is. It's just flooded. I mean, it's the same with. I mean, right now I could go up on YouTube and look up something that's probably borderline inappropriate for YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, pretty easily. I mean, YouTube almost had child porn on it.
Yeah. So it's just. Like I said, I get it.
I think it's like a two-way street where it's like the parents need to moderate their kids in that aspect. They can't just give their kid a phone and say go. But the other side of it, Twitch also has to remember not every fucking parent is going to parent, and you're still going to have kids.
It's not even that though. Like it's almost impossible for parents to do it now. It really is. Like
unless you take all their electronic devices away.
You have to take the devices away.
Yeah.
It does not matter what parental controls you set on a device. That kid can defeat those controls.
Yeah,
we did it as kids.
If I had a kid, my initial response is I wouldn't give them a fucking phone until like maybe six. Like I didn't have a phone until I was in eighth grade. So like
even you can't even go buy a flip phone anymore.
Yeah.
Right. But like, why do they need a phone before then? Is the idea?
People will say that, well, you can set like at the router, you can set like filters and stuff, right? But at the same time, how many adults do you know, Ericsson Tech, how many adults do you know are actually changing their Wi-Fi password off the bottom of their router?
I know people who work in IT day in and day out, and it's almost impossible for them to keep up with it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, what I'm saying is I doubt parents, like, they'll be like, oh, they'll have the Cox guy or the AT&T guy. I want parental filters so they can't access anything adult on the internet, right? But then the kid can just go flip the router over and get the admin password to the damn thing.
Exactly. Kids will figure out a way, but what I'm saying is, in my mind's eye, if I had a kid, I don't think they need a fucking phone until,
the problem is
late junior high.
This is the problem, though. It's the eternal struggle of parenting, right? My parents had rules on me, and guess what I did? I had a friend whose parents didn't care.
Right, but my point is, if
we're also at the point where like the world itself just seems to move faster than it did 20 years ago. Like, yes, 20 years ago, I didn't get a phone, but it was common for kids my age to not have a phone. If you don't get your kid a phone now, your kid is not in the majority category. They're in the minority. And they're going to be like, well, I want to go to Bobby's house today, but I don't have a way to call my parent and ask them.
Yeah.
Which 20 years ago was fine. You just went to Bobby's house and you called your house number. But how many houses have a house phone?
Well, my overall point is, with that type of stuff, I know for me, I wasn't really hanging out with people until about like 5th, 6th grade.
18.
And at that point, I think I agree with you too. Like there was house phones and stuff and all of that. So, I mean, it did help. But I mean, I think it's, I'm not in the situation. I'm not a scholar, but
really think about this for a second. How many parents truly know about all the apps that are coming out? Not only
that, but I will counter you with this. It's okay that you can say that you don't have a phone, but schools are giving out devices now.
Yeah, you can get iPads.
Schools are issuing out iPads, they're issuing out Chromebooks, and that shit's not very moderated.
Yeah.
Oh, sheesh.
You get the
You
whole app
can't-
store.
That's tough.
You can't moderate most of those devices to the extent to stop them completely. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
Like the Apple App Store is just open.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you can pass Apple's guidelines, or if you have a Google device, the Play Store is full of stuff.
Not only that, but like you can't really control internet browsing at the device level.
No, not at all. Because why can't a kid just do a Google search? I want a browser that doesn't track me. Oh, I should download DuckDuckGo.
Like
And it offers no cookie support or anything.
There are controls in place to stop app browsing. Like schools do have suites to disallow that. But there's not really much you can do at the device level to stop a kid from searching a term on a search engine within the browser
Yeah, and just go into images
or videos.
or videos.
Like the problem
Well, I
is,
think it. I
there-
think the
like you can
parents
make it.
have to be-
You can certainly make it harder, but like as a parent, like think about all the things that you have to do today as a person, right? Now add a kid onto that. Is checking your kid's device every day going to be something that you're going to do?
No.
I think it should be something that you realistically attempt to do. Like maybe if not every day,
It's-
every other day, something like that. Like it's not a
so-
dog that you just get food and you put it in front of them and make sure they're
I
alive.
get that. I understand that. So, what friends that all three of us know have kids with their phones.
Yep.
And their policy with their phones is very simple. Whenever I ask you for the device, you're going to hand it to me. No questions. Outside that, you are free to explore the world and do what you want. Because they have realized that A, you can't win against somebody who uses the device more than you do. There's a reason that we beat our parents all the time.
Yeah.
The controls in place were easier for me because I, as a kid, was more creative than my parents were.
Yeah.
And B, like, it's a nice thing to think that, like, in a 24-hour period, you working 8 hours, you spend 2 getting ready for work, traveling to and from work. You're right. You have to cook dinner, so there's an hour. You have to eat with your kid. There's an hour. You have to do the other adult things in your house. That's an hour or 2. Your kid has to do their homework. They probably need some sort of help with that. Like, it's so low on a list of things to do. And at the end of the day, Cody's right. Like, you as a parent might be very good at doing that, but not every parent out there is going to be.
Right. And that's
my
the point I was mentioning before with the kid, pay a parent, but also Twitch has to realize not everybody's doing that, where like there have to be other safeguards. It can't just be like, well, the parent should do it. But my point overall is that you should find time to at least find a way to not be, all right, I gave him the shit and whatever happens, and it's not my fault.
Here, I have a service announcement for all the parents out there. Your son's watching porn. Your 12-year-old son is probably watching porn.
It's not even 12 anymore.
I'm just saying, accept
Slap
it.
him on the ass and
Move
say
on.
good job.
Move on. Like, what? Kids have been watching porn forever.
The thing that Twitch can do is Twitch can separate just chatting into 2 categories.
That's my
adult?
point. The best way to do it is to make a separate category for it, for what it is.
But Twitch doesn't
Outside-
want to have an adult category because then it starts turning into a cam service. Because if you make an adult content,
that's
now I can
my
have
other
nudity.
problem with it is that, like, if you go on to, and I'm just spitballing here, for all I know, the people doing this on Twitch don't actually have like a link to their OnlyFans or their other, to see more provocative content, please go to this link. I'm sure they don't. I'm sure that they are.
Sure, no.
And I don't know, like, I work in information assurance, and if the answer is yes or no, it's a lot easier for me to be like, the answer is no, and here's why. Versus the answer is yes, but let me give you 20 different guidelines you have to follow for it. Because at the end of the day, people don't want to follow those guidelines.
Yeah.
really the question you're coming down to, because this is this topic is directed towards, because it's female streamers taking advantage of this. Really, the topic comes down to, should female streamers be able to show off their upper half of their body in a provocative way? That's what the conversation really is.
Here's another question for it, though. I'll take what I do, Super Mario 64 speedrunning. There is a lot of clips out there, and it's kind of like a thing that you do. When you're on a good run, people take their shirts off. So should dudes be able to take off their shirt?
That's what I mean. Like, but the question really comes down to...
That's what I'm saying. You have to, if you draw the line one way, you have to be fair the other way. And that's what I'm saying is, like, you know, we have to find the lines. There's a lot of things that are like, I don't know if that should be allowed, but like Twitch isn't finding a way to like decide the lines.
The problem there is intent. It really is. Like, let's be real here. Like, atomically, or anatomy, right? Men and women have...
I think
men have pecs, women have boobs. For some reason, on this planet, we care that women have boobs and men have pecs. We care more about women nipples than men's nipples.
Yep.
I don't know
so
why.
then do we
I'm
give
not one
one
of
a
those
special
people.
consideration just because of that?
So, unfortunately, I don't think either gender should be shirtless. I really don't. And if I were running the platform, I would tell both genders, no, you can't be shirtless.
Yeah.
You cannot wear anything with the intent of revealing cleavage one way or the other. Because there are plenty of men with boobs out there. Looking at two of them.
Whoa.
I've molded these for ages.
Whoa, bud.
My boobas are mine.
Have you know I worked on the Peloton today?
I look at this motherfucker. This shit.
I mean, so, like, to address that, you would have to implement some sort of dress code. You would. And you would have to deal with the fallout from that dress code.
If I had boobs, I'd have them out on stream all the time.
Yeah, and to be honest, this isn't me hating it because I'm a guy. Like, if I was a woman my age in the shape that I'm in, I sure shit would have an OnlyFans.
Yes.
And you know what? I would be doing everything to make that money. And don't get me wrong, like, do what you gotta do to make that money. That's your hustle.
Yeah.
But
that's where I sit. Like,
OnlyFans exists for that reason.
If there was a website
all those
out there,
cam services exist for that reason. Now, I get that Twitch wants to like say, "Oh, we're more than just video gaming. We do music. We do just chatting. We do podcasts." Twitch's bread and butter, what they grew up on, is gaming. That's what. If you go talk to 10 people who don't know anything about Twitch other than the name, they're gonna tell you it's the gaming platform. Yeah, you might have the one person that's like, "Yeah, I get my podcast from Twitch."
I mean, podcast is a super low channel. I was going to say, if there was a service out there where I could sell pics of me mowing my lawn and playing video games, I would be on that in a heartbeat. But it doesn't exist. So I can't hate on OnlyFans and girls taking advantage of the demographic on Twitch. You're not getting any hate from me. You keep doing you. It's just, I'm not going to watch it. But that's fine because I have choice. And I think that's what there should be. There should be choice.
Yeah.
I personally think that if that's what you want to do, that's perfectly fine. Twitch needs to come up with something that doesn't just blatantly advertise it. I don't care what that is. Make their screen picture black.
What if instead of
I have to go into the channel to see it.
What if instead of it being called Twitch, it was called Bounce?
I mean, Twitch could
revolutionary.
Twitch could create their own platform called Bounce.
Bounce.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, me as a person, I don't give two shits. Like, if I want to go watch porn, I'll go watch porn. I'm not interested in going on to a hot tub meta to watch chat, look at a girl who's half naked talking about, I don't know what the fuck.
Breakfast.
I don't even know what they talk about on there. Yeah, what she had for breakfast, or what color she wants to paint her nails. That's not my type of entertainment.
But now if she's talking about, like, some sweet D&D action, woo boy! Tell me about your blood elf and how you got through that dungeon in 6.5 seconds.
I overall think it's fine. It's something that, like, if Twitch wants to regulate, they have every power to do it because it's towing a line and everybody looking at it knows what's up.
Exactly.
And that's where I stand with it. Everybody looks at it and they know what's happening.
I just, when I saw it today,
And
I was
Twitch,
just like surprised,
yeah.
and I was like, "Are you really surprised?" And I was like, "No."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not surprised. like I said, every time there are rules, there's a loophole found in it. And this was the loophole of just getting a hot tub into your stream area, being in there. People are going to come in and they're going to watch you for it. And it's allowed by the letter of the law. Now, if Twitch wants to change that law, power to them.
I mean, Twitch just chatting has always been a crap show right now. Like, I'm scrolling through it and I literally see someone just showing Big Bang Theory episodes, which is definitely copyright material.
Is it?
But
though?
it's like, yes.
Yeah.
It's like a couple.
So the funny
down.
thing about Discord, and I know this because I just did it pretty recently, is that Discord screen sharing service does obey most copyright laws. If you pull up Discord and you want to stream your Disney Plus, you can't do it. I can hear it, I can't watch it from your screen. If you want to do Netflix, I can't hear it, I can't watch it. So there's definitely the technology available to do it. Twitch has chosen not to do it. They just want to say, "Oh, don't do it," and then like if you do it, don't get caught.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
don't get big enough, because the key is once you get big enough and enough people start watching you, then there's a problem.
Yeah.
Like these little streamers out here, nobody's caring about.
Yeah, exactly. There's too much people live to worry about it.
And to be fair, like this only came up because like over the weekend on the front page of Reddit, the hot tub meta for Twitch was talked about.
Why is Grand Theft Auto the #1 game right now?
And to be fair, that category and that game is easily the biggest counter to my argument.
Oh,
like,
gosh.
Like, oh no, I'm a kid. I'm the parent of a 12-year-old.
Who's up there that you're seeing right now?
Loud Cornish has
XQC?
97,000 viewers.
Wait, what?
And then the next person has this guy named Loud Cornage or something. And then the next person's 80,000. Literally, the top 5 videos have the lowest one is 30K. What the hell is going on GTA?
Yeah, so Sykuna.
Sykuna.
Moon. Oh wait, are these recommended for me? No, this is.
I mean,
somehow Genshin Impact has 22K right now.
These are amazing because like Shroud only has 32,000. Like, how does this guy have 50,000 more people watching him?
I don't know. I thought they were doing the roleplay server because I know that was big. The RP server for Grand Theft Auto.
Like they came out with an official server.
No.
Yeah, no. I don't know exactly how
it's a private
works,
server that just holds a shit ton of people.
Like,
I will say that like the biggest argument to anything about the hot tub meta is Grand Theft Auto. Like, it's a video game that just breaks all the rules. You could have somebody in that video game in a strip club 24/7 and they're obeying every rule, and there's nothing nobody can do about it because it's a video game doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But see, I also think that like Twitch itself should have a required viewer age. How you enforce that, I don't know. I'm not the person who has to come up with that answer.
Yeah. And I think we all
to
agree
be
on
fair,
that.
I don't think there is a way to enforce that rule without some sort of biometric in place.
Yeah.
And you're never going to get people to buy into that because they don't want to be chipped.
No, people don't even want to get the vaccine.
Yeah.
Chip me. Like, make my life
I
easier
fucking
with
said
this
the same shit. Chip me right here. Just fucking hit me. I don't give a fuck. Get me out of my goddamn house.
I don't understand this GTA thing. Like, I'm seriously like blown away that this guy.
Did you see what Gale said?
Yeah, there's a new one coming out, but this guy's got 100,000 viewers.
Sometimes it do be how it is.
Like, what the hell? Do I got to start playing GTA?
There's a new one coming out.
New GTA 6, apparently. I mean, I'll believe it when I see it.
It's got to be at least rumors.
It's got to be rumors. It would be all over the
GTA
news.
6 has been rumored for half a decade.
I bet you if I look at
GTA 5 is what,
6?
8, 9, 10 years old?
Yeah.
Rockstar drops hint the launch of GTA 6 isn't too far away.
Rockstar's... Yeah, but like too far isn't. I will find out at E3 probably.
They said
Yeah.
they're looking for game testers in several locations, including at the office in Edinburgh and India. Blah 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 blah. Does this mean GTA? So they're testing something. So yeah, they have a game in the works, but doesn't mean it's GTA 6. They have lots of titles.
Yeah.
It could be GTA 5 on the PlayStation 5.
It literally could be like testing it for the new consoles, or it could be Bully, or it could be Midnight Club, or it could be like they have other titles.
So what I got out of this is that Ryan Musteller wants to start an.
Dude,
I'm gonna
do
beat
it.
the fuck out of you.
Do it. Bro, I honestly think like the OnlyFans thing is not going away.
No.
It's not, and
people are
Power to
making
'em.
hand over fist cash in it.
Yeah, power to them.
Like,
I don't get it. Like, if you want to watch porn, there's plenty of free porn out there.
I know. I don't understand
I
it
think
either.
I
I don't know if it's
saw,
more personal or what. I don't get it.
It's got to be what it is.
I think I saw. I forget what the R is. It's R something, but it was like for the people who do subscribe to OnlyFans, why do you do it? And like one of the I saw it like in the first
probably on
top 3
Ask Reddit.
things. Ask Reddit, that's what it was. But it literally was like the top 3 of those responses all had something to do with it was like my high school crush, and now they're on OnlyFans. So like,
Oh, they're living out some type of fantasy.
yeah,
which is fine.
yeah, well, you can do that. I mean, that's
make
what
money
I'm saying.
doing
I was
it.
like, I kind of get it.
But what I'm saying is like there's no way that there's not enough high school crushes out there to support like an OnlyFans girl where she's making $20,000
a lot of it
year,
is
or a month.
A lot of other people are just like, I like X person, like a Bella Thorne or some popular people.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
I
they have, like, a
need to
type.
Get it? Yeah,
Well, the
it's got to be
OnlyFans
shit like that.
the OnlyFans market is very heavily saturated in like gamer girl kind of esque,
Yeah,
like cosplay esque kind of stuff.
yeah.
So, whatever you do, you. If I could
There's
do
a
it, I
line.
would do it.
But yeah,
I should start OnlyFans about my feet.
only
You
feet,
probably
only feet.
could. I mean,
Do not say he has
It's-
good feet.
it's so weird that like when you think about, and I would need to see a census to see the actual percentages of men versus women in the world, that like there's not more men in that category. Like Bella Thorne, everybody knows that one, and I'm sure there's like when you get into the cosplay category, there's probably like easily 50 cosplayers that you could Google, and they all have different categories. But like you never see like Kratos is a very well-known character in God of War. He runs the franchise. How many times could you say that I've seen a male Kratos cosplay? I've seen more female Kratos cosplays than male Kratos cosplays.
Yeah. So I'm looking at something right now. It says that there's 500,000 new users per day on OnlyFans. 15 million
see
new
that.
users per month. The average earnings of OnlyFans accounts is
Well,
only $180.
I'm using Kratos as an example. Like in terms of cosplaying, especially if you go on to, I'm going to keep using Reddit, and you look at cosplay on Reddit, like there's no men in there. And to be fair, most of the women who are on there don't really pull off a great cosplay. They just look good
Wow.
because they use their assets. Like,
Yeah, apparently OnlyFans has paid out more than $2 billion to its creators.
oh yeah, it's ridiculous.
And
like,
Bella Thorne made $1 million in one day and didn't even post a nude photo. I agree with you, Melon. I agree with you. Kratos is a male power fantasy, not what women are into.
I mean, to be fair, like I don't care if you're making great money. If any money's better than zero money. I mean,
Yeah.
if I make more than I invest into it, I'm in the positive and probably doing something I like doing.
Let's see here. Yeah.
What would you say is? We'll go top 2 most cosplayed characters.
Most ever?
Yeah,
Pikachu.
cosplayed.
Pikachu. women
You know
dressing
what I
up as
see a
sexy
lot,
Pikachu.
Eric?
And Batman.
I don't know if it's because of my interests. I see Ryuko a lot.
The amount of guys who have dressed up as Batman has got to be in the millions.
Joker.
Mario.
I've seen more women cosplay as the Joker than men.
Yeah.
Damn.
Sailor Moon.
I mean, to be fair,
characters.
but to be fair, like
True.
it is weird that like you don't see like when I say I don't see any men cosplay, I don't see any.
It's you don't see them
It's
like you
rare.
do. Yeah.
It's rare. It's definitely more women oriented, and I don't know if that's just because women are into more of building the costumes. Because there are plenty of cosplayers who don't sexualize it. They stay very true to the character. And I would agree. I don't think it depends on fandom.
I think the other problem is too is that the internet is funny how they do a really good job at figuring out who you are without them letting you know who you are. And we probably are identified no matter where we go on the internet as men. And so we're going to be fed female cosplay more than men cosplay.
Yeah.
Something to think about.
I mean, I could go to a random device, VPN to another place that I've never seen before, and I would be unidentifiable at that point.
Yeah.
I could factory reset my iPhone, sign in as a completely new account, not identified as a man. I could do that identifying myself as a female, go VPN from there, and the results for my searches are not going to be, especially in cosplay, not going to be male-led. They're going to be female-led. And that's because at the end of the day, that's what sells.
Yeah.
Apparently Cardi B has an OnlyFans.
No surprise.
Not surprised.
It shows no nudity though.
Yeah.
Ryan should have an
OnlyFans
OnlyFans where he
well.
walks on the treadmill. That's what he should do during his stream. He's like, hey, go to my OnlyFans. You'll see me do this shirtless.
No, God, no.
There seems to be a lot of girls
Nobody
on there
wants to
doing
see
makeup
this.
as well, which is popular. It seems like
All
it's
right,
turning into like a social media platform.
We need to end this. Hack's now looking at OnlyFans and about to subscribe. We need to get him
I'm not
out.
on OnlyFans. I'm on Bustle.com.
Get him out,
first
Eric.
of all. First of all.
Get him out.
So let's get away from the subject.
Okay.
Now that we moved away from anything completely game related.
I mean, it could be a game. There's lots of dating sims out there.
Dude, we
There-
played one.
There
That
are
is
the
plenty of
KFC
dating
one.
sims.
You want to talk about something that probably needs an age restriction? The fact that I can go on Steam right now and download a porn game.
Finger
See,
licking
and
good.
like, it's another thing that like I don't know how you put that control into place. And apparently, like Steam themselves hasn't figured that part out.
Yeah, they have age restrictions where I have to select the birth year I was born. Just like anytime I go to a mature game, it asks me the same question. What year were you born? And then I'm just like, scroll.
Well, and like when you bought games in the 90s at the game store and you picked up a mature game and
Yeah, your
the
parent had to be
employee
there.
was like, hey, this game's mature. Your parent was like, that's fine. Resident Evil 1 for a 7-year-old's fine. I don't know
Yeah.
what the game's about.
My parents bought me Grand Theft Auto. I mean, I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying, like, you want to talk about age control of like, video games. You want to keep in the video game topic, Steam.
It's not just Steam. All of them.
Like, it's not hard to beat these age restrictions. And that's what we've really kind of covered this stream is it's just not
Yeah.
that difficult.
I mean, kids can get violent video games now, and there's even the restrictions of like you have to have an ID. The parent can go and buy it.
And then we can save this
So
topic
like
for another.
it's like exactly. There's
And we
just
can
a
say-
lot of things that are like easily accessed.
We can save this topic for another podcast, but I think the biggest scapegoat of an excuse for your kid being shitty is violent video games. It is the biggest cop out ever. No, you didn't parent. Like, I'm sorry
That's exactly
that you had to
It's
that
like,
you had to hear
it's
from
like,
me.
Well,
But I played Grand Theft Auto my entire life. I have never wanted to go out and kill a bunch of people.
yeah.
Base-
Like, this
base
is
scale,
easily like a
base-
2-hour podcast.
Yeah.
It's it is very easy for all of us who don't have kids to just say, you know, parents should be parents, when every parent has a very unique experience in their life.
Of course. What I'm saying is, like, I'm not saying you need to hyper focus on everything your kid does.
Well, it's not just that, but like how you would parent and how I would parent are two completely different ways.
Like,
And you and I are very
Yeah.
similar people, and it's based on
Okay.
how we grew up. Like, the problem with right and wrong is that it's not black and white. There's too much fucking gray in there.
okay, here's
Yeah.
something. We all went to school with a kid who was probably a little strange, right? And then
Why
if
are
I
you calling me
think
out
back,
like that?
if I think back and I had to think, what kid would come to school with you know what? I can think in my head, like, there's probably like less than 10 that I'd be like, that's probably one, it's probably one of them. What I'm saying is that change in attitude does not happen overnight, and you can't blame video games for that thing. Like, I'm not saying you have to parent from every step of the way, but you need to be able to identify that, hey, there might be something wrong with my kid, and have some uncomfortable conversations with them and be like, are you okay?
All right, hey, I'm stopping you there because this is a good one for next week.
That's what I'm saying.
You are an uncaged animal. Whenever we get to a topic, pre-podcast, you were going the fuck off too. You just need to calm down, sir.
You need to calm down. You need to calm down.
Sir.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
I want some spicy chicken nuggets.
Alrighty, I'm gonna
Sir,
cut
we
us
are a
off there
bank.
because we have a good podcast lined up for next week. Then we can talk about this because I think it's a great topic. I don't
Until-
think any of us are on the other
Until
side
Eric
of it, but it'll
forgets
be
to
good
write
to
the
talk.
script again.
Yeah.
That's true.
When's Ryan ever going to write the script? What does he bring
Never.
to the preparation of this podcast?
Well, he doesn't
Yeah,
bring
I'm
the line on the
here.
wall that says where the podcast is. On
All
his
you
list.
do is the
I'm
intro.
here.
All you do is the intro and then make us get off here when we get into a subject. You're like, guys, we got to wrap it up. I've got to go heat up my chicken fingers.
Listen, here's the thing. If you want me to say in 4K that I need to go shit, then I can do that for you. if that's what you need from me to be the leader of this podcast, I can do it for you.
Oh, that's what you have to do? Well, stop walking on the treadmill so much.
I have to. I'm fat.
Dude, just what if you did like the Cartman, have Taylor come in with a bucket?
No, I'm fat. I need to not be fat. This is my not fat machine.
Taylor, bathroom.
Alrighty, but with that, I want to thank everybody for stopping by, watching the podcast.
Oh, you're not even
wherever
gonna
you may
ask
be.
people what they're doing this week.
Nope.
No,
Doesn't
fuck
care.
you.
Doesn't care at all.
No.
Just leaving. He's out. Where's the podcast fall on your priorities over there, bud?
It's under the
out the
treadmill
door.
at the moment.
It's
Dead
out the
under the
door.
treadmill.
It's that piece of paper that's stuck and it like rolls over and over again.
Yeah, Gail's got to sell your sweat.
No, it's
I
gonna be
cannot.
my shower water.
How do you collect shower water?
You have a
I
cup.
did the same way that you collect bath water. You stop up the tub.
Yeah.
I guess it's true. I don't know why I walked into
So
that.
you guys
That's
aren't
true.
gonna play any games this week or do any streaming? Or...
I'm going to. I don't know
I'm
what Ryan's going to do.
literally doing this for the entire
He's
month.
playing
of May.
Zooter.
No. I will probably not play a Zooter for the entire month of May, the way this is going.
So you're gonna do the treadmill, but what are you going to play?
Mario. Every fucking day. I'm doing what I've scroinked from my buddy Rico, the Mario walkthrough.
You know there's other video games.
Yeah, but when I have a sub goal and we hit it, I've got to do the sub goal.
Like there's a new
So-
Resident Evil game.
He's not streaming that. We're not gonna stream
Which
that
game?
one.
Called Village.
Yeah, we're not streaming
Oh,
Village.
Resident Evil. No, we're not streaming that. We're just vibing together.
So
I may
essentially,
discreetly take videos of me freaking out, like on the screen, and like, and post that on like Twitter or some shit, and be like, Resident Evil sick, mommy step on my throat type of shit. But like,
Oh. There's a game called Farm Manager 2021. That's
so
coming out
you're
soon.
gonna speed run Mario while speed walking on a treadmill.
that's what I've been doing. So I've been going on a 2.0, and that seems fine. I may bump it up to a 2.5, like as I get more used to it. Like basically try and increase it, and I'd love to be at 3 by the end of it.
So then you should have 2 goals for your Mario streams. Speed running the section and speed running the distance.
Yeah.
So apparently Death Stranding is only $23 right now.
It's a great. Have you ever played it?
No.
It's good.
I think Kojima.
All right.
I think
no,
Kojima
you're
gets
distracting me, you motherfuckers. I've got it. I've got it.
I think
It's
Kojima
been
gets a lot of
great.
too much credit. Like Metal Gear is really good, but nah.
So what are you streaming this week, Cody?
I'm not stream. I wasn't planning on streaming. I don't have anyone to play games with.
Ronge.
Like that's what it comes
I
down
don't have
to.
anybody to play Mario with me, but here I am.
Yeah, but
Actually,
you
it's
have
me
enough
and Treadmill
personality.
together.
You have enough personality to hold an audience. I look like an idiot.
Do I though?
You didn't
Do
stream
I?
A Way Out.
I have a face for radio. All right. I didn't stream a
Did
way
I
out because
tell
it's
you
awful.
that?
Well,
One of my
I mean,
high school teachers said that to me.
But if you want to play, It Takes Two, we can stream that because that's actually a pretty good game.
but I'm not the second one, and It Takes Two. You were already playing that.
Yeah, but listen. I only made it to the first boss. I'll pretend like I
It's
don't know
too
what's
late.
going on for the
It's
first
too
hour.
late.
I'm playing that all week, so
Nier?
Yeah.
That shit is legit.
Maybe I'll just start playing Warships again.
You need a list of games that you want to play through.
Yeah.
I wanted to play Outriders, but you don't want to play it.
It's another looter shooter.
See, one person said I'd watch y'all play that game. See, there you go.
Yeah.
I'll tell
There's
you
one
what.
viewer.
If I
There's
get
one
that
viewer.
done before Mass Effect, I will play between it and Mass Effect.
All right.
You got to be the chick though,
Okay.
because
Don't
literally
care.
the guy's name in the game is Cody, so it's kind of fitting.
Jeez.
I'm just throwing it
Okay.
out there.
Alrighty.
All right, so what's our next topic?
No, I'm leaving you. I'm going. You guys have held me hostage for the past 15 minutes.
Let's talk about constipation.
I just need. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. However, you've been listening today.
You know what the
Appreciate
best
everybody
part
stopping by.
is?
And that is the end of the.
Ryan's gonna walk out the room and
Gamers
Cody's just
Quest.
gonna leave the stream going.
I'm just gonna leave it up while he leaves.
End
Like,
it.
look at him poop waddle away.
End it.
Good night.
Later.
It still shows us live.
End the fucking stream, you bitch.
What are you talking? I did end it.
I've got your fucking
No, you
stream up,
didn't.
okay?
It's totally ended.
I literally have your
The
stream.
best
up.
part is like now you have more viewers than during the entire stream.
I know, it's awesome.
So cringe.
Everyone wants to see Ryan's backside.
They do. They want to see that dompy.
All right, I'll end it. Peace.